Now, I'm receiving quite a number of tweets before I let you go. Very many people still saying that, these crimes are still taking place. I have Honorable Mwita who says that his friend was robbed yesterday at Hilton at around 7 p.m. So he's asking, where are these officers?
If he was robbed yesterday in the evening, that was unfortunate. And I wonder if he reported. But one thing I can also say is that it is virtually not very possible to have a police officer everywhere, every corner, at every inch of our land. But basically, the area is properly covered.
But now that we know that, the hotspots that we have, what are you doing about that? Are you sending more officers to the places which have been marked as hotspots?
Yes, we have mapped out the hotspot areas, and the focus is majorly on those areas. And while on that one thing I would like to make an appeal to our people, to the general public. Sometimes they make our work very difficult in this way. For example, the 5 muggers. And I want to agree with the Awiti, also Awiti.
Yes.
When he said the muggers, actually mugging is nothing other robbery. Because if somebody brings another one down and violently robs him, takes something from him by fire, that's robbery. And the effect of that, the effect of that is a very punitive punishment if they are caught. But at the times when we are lucky enough to get these characters in action, and we save the victim, we have the suspects. Now, when we tell them now, we want to build a very good case out of this. Now they say no. So now thank you, officers, because I'm now safe. I just want to go because nothing from me which has been taken. I don't want anything. You do with them the way you want to do with them.
So there's no evidence.
Yeah, we want to appeal with the public also to assist us to assist them, because when we get the first-class cases like those ones, we want to pursue such cases to the bitter end, so that these people, they are taken in and imprisoned so that they learn a lesson out of it. But sometimes now, when we do that job, and now they don't know to support us, so that we can have good cases. Surely.
All right. So it's like exercise in
futility. And you see now, without complainant, we may not end very far. And the law is very clear. We cannot put somebody in custody for more than 24 hours.
Right.
So we must look for other offenses which can connect him. And then we might end up charging him with the minor offense that cannot really bring impact. Tomorrow they are back.
All right.
So we are appealing to the public, Nairobians, when we have these cases, to support us, to assist them, to be prepared, to support us to the very end before the court of law.
To come as witnesses. Yes. All right. I want also to get the final thoughts of my guest at the City Center studio, Oscar Awiti. Oscar, from a security expert's perspective, what can you advise the residents and the people who go to the CBD and they work in the CBD? How can they protect themselves from these gangs, and what can they do if they find themselves, in the hands of these people?
First, before I answer what people are supposed to do, allow me to comment just slightly on what Tito has just said. I think it is high time the county government embraced the spirit of partnerships with a number of experts who are around. Number one, we also have a lot of security firms that work in the town. Every day you'll hear the police and the county government saying the numbers, we cannot be everywhere, every time and all that, and we understand. But most importantly, there are a lot of organizations that also do and perform security functions. It would not hurt if they partner with organizations, security firms here and there, and even security advisory services, so that these people are able to quickly report. They don't really have to be reactive. This is a preventive strategy. They should be able to be on spots.
Right.
They should be able to play advisory role. They should be able to even arrest the people. And this will help in deterrence. So these boys will not be in those areas because they know in this area we are being helped by this team. In this area, we are being helped by this team. And therefore, it makes work quite easy for the county and the police to lock these people. And number two, there are a number of areas in town which are hotspots. And many people know that they're hotspots. Sometimes many people fall prey they fall prey because of lack of information.
Yes.
So I request the county government, again, to develop communication strategy of telling people what is it that is happening. I know probably they would pick it like, opening up and disclosing their areas of weaknesses. But again, it is important for members of the public to understand that if you go into this area, you need to protect yourself. Number two, many times ladies have earrings that are very glittery. They may be made of gold, silver, whatever it is. I would advise ladies to play caution. When you want to put them, just know that the area that you want to pass through, you'll fall prey, and the boys will grab you and they will hurt you.
All right.
And the gentlemen and students, I've seen students being attacked and so on. I think it is important that they know the routes, mark the routes that you're supposed to follow, and make sure that you are one or you are two. You are not alone all the time. When you're going to the ATM, because a lot of these muggings take place when there is a relationship between the person who is mugging or robbing you and probably the bank that you have taken money, or probably where you've withdrawn money and whatever it is. So please avoid working with cash. There are medium of exchange that have become very easy. If you must carry a lot of money in town, try to have to be one or two, or try to hire security, because you'll be exposing yourself.
All right.
And finally, to the county government, there are a number of initiatives that they can go through.
All right.
Especially partnering with development system developers around. We have organizations that we are happy. Some of them are foreign, but they're in the country, that they can associate with.
All right.
Some are United Nations based, like UNICEF. So what happens is that when they team up with them, like the Andelas of this world, when they team up with them, then they would be able to get demographic data that can help in getting to understand what is happening in every area, getting to know who is where, and then they use it to plan.
All right. Thank you very much. Oscar Awiti speaking to us from our City Center studio. He's a security assessment expert, just giving you some advice really on what you can do in your own individual level to not be so attractive to these people who are out to terrorize the residents here in Nairobi. I've also been speaking to Tito Kilonzi, who's the Chief Security Officer at the county government here in Nairobi, and also he's been able to talk to us about what the county government is so far doing to ensure that they eliminate these thugs and these criminals from the streets in the CBD. All right, so we want to take a short break here on News Center, but we're coming back to continue with our second hour, and we'll be having another different conversation to do with the elections last year. We'll be having a very interesting conversation with Steve Ogola, who's a lawyer. We'll be having discussions surrounding what happened yesterday during the LSK colloquium, in which Johan Kriegler gave his insights on what he thought about last year's general election and of course the fresh presidential election in October. We'll be having that discussion in a few minutes. Don't go away.